A very vague description, only that they're black males and were wearing black hoodies.
He was wearing a black hooded sweatshirt.
A black hoodie.
Black man with a black hoodie.
Over a black hoodie.
Check this one out. He's dressed in a black hoodie.
In black pants and a black hoodie.
Black pullover hoodie.
And a hooded sweatshirt.
Black hoodie.
Wearing black from head to toe, a black hoodie.
He was wearing a black hoodie.
At a convenience store wearing his black hoodie, buying candy.
But the only description we have is an armed black man wearing a black hoodie.
They were wearing hoodies, so the description isn't too detailed.
That so talked about black hoodie, now with an ominous bullet hole near the chest.
Police do not have a more detailed description of that suspect.
You're going to need your hoodie, though, today, and you'll need to warm up because it's going to stay a little bit on the chilly side.
And so, according to police, there never was a black male armed robbery suspect. And in fact, tonight they just told me they are not looking for any additional suspects at this time.
If you see a black man and he has a hoodie on, he's not necessarily a criminal.
To the fullest extent of the law, and if he is criminally liable, he should be prosecuted. But I am urging the parents of black and Latino youngsters particularly to not let their children go out wearing hoodies. I think the hoodie is as much responsible for Trayvon Martin's death as George Zimmerman was.
What do you mean?
When you see a kid walking, Juliet, when you see a kid walking down the street, particularly a dark-skinned kid like my son Cruz, who I constantly yelled at when he was going out wearing a damn hoodie or those pants around his ankles, take that hood off. People look at you and they, what's the instant identification? What's the instant association? It's those crime scene surveillance tapes. Every time you see someone sticking up a 7-Eleven, the kid's wearing a hoodie. Every time you see a mugging on a surveillance camera or they get the old lady in the alcove, it's a kid wearing a hoodie. You have to recognize that this whole stylizing yourself as a gangster, you're going to be a gangster wannabe, well, people are going to perceive you as a menace. That's what happens. It is an instant you try to avoid that confrontation. Trayvon Martin's, God bless him, he's an innocent kid, a wonderful kid, a box of Skittles in his hand. He didn't deserve to die, but I'll bet you money, if he didn't have that hoodie on, that nutty neighborhood watch guy wouldn't have responded in that violent and aggressive way.
What about the fact, the people of New York, a couple of nights ago, they had a million hoodie march.
You cannot rehabilitate the hoodie. You're not going to. I understand that the reaction might be overzealous or even irrational in some extent. When you look at the statistics, it may be, but you're not going to rehabilitate the hoodie. You're not going to.
Just stop wearing it.
Stop wearing it. Don't let your kid. You know the old Johnny Cash song, "Don't take your gun to town, son. Leave your gun at home." There is some things that are almost inevitable. I'm not suggesting that Trayvon Martin had any kind of weapon or anything, but he wore an outfit that allowed someone to respond in this irrational, overzealous way.
Yes.
And if he had been dressed more appropriately, I think unless it's raining out or you're at a track meet, leave the hoodie home. Don't let your...
To me, makes the whole thing difficult is I'm following. That operator kept saying to him, don't go, someone's coming. You just can't have people doing that.
Well, you can or you can, but there's been some crime in this area, and the criminals were wearing these hoods, and so it's one of those things.